welcome to Sir-Kenneth's Talk Show. Good day and welcome back to this new edition of Sir-Kenneth's Talk Show. Today we are going to be talking about another YouTube movie. It's called What We Want. But before we begin, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and don't miss another episode of Sir-Kenneth's Talk Show. Without further ado, let's get into it. So the movie in question is called What We Want. It's a YouTube movie. It stars Sonia, Uche, and Victory, Michael, Bryan, Okoye, and the other two ladies. I can't remember their names. But it stars like there are 5 main characters in this movie. So before I say anything about this movie, first of all, I'd just like to say this. I loved the movie. Okay, the movie was great. It was really, really funny. Okay, I loved the humor and the drama and everything. It was really, really an entertaining movie. Let me say that before I dive into it. Okay, so this movie is about this guy who's engaged to his fiance, and they both live with the guy's mom. And the mom doesn't like the fiance because she believes her son's fiance is a gold digger, which she is, by the way, but her son is too blind to see it. So her mom, the guy's mother, is in need of a cook. Well, she's in need of people who are going to serve her at home in her son's house, a cook and a driver to drive her around. And then she runs into this girl and her brother, Dana. Dana is the character played by Sonia Uche, and her brother on the streets once. She struck with her car, they break down, and they decided to help her. And it so happened that they were both looking for jobs, and she was like, okay, she will give them jobs. So that's how they moved into her son's home, and they began to work. And this lady detested her son's fiance. She said she wants that the son's fiance is not going to marry her son, or it's never going to marry her son, that it will be over her dead body. At the beginning of the movie, I thought the mother-in-law, the mother-in-law to be, was being a little too harsh on her daughter-in-law, because I feel like maybe if it's a girl your son really likes, you should make an effort to like her as well. And the same thing goes to the girl. Okay, if you don't need to adore your mother-in-law, but if you really do love your fiance, you should make every effort to be in good terms with your mother-in-law. I mean, that's just basic manners. Good manners to have. And it so did happen that this girl was actually a gold digger, because somewhere along the movie, somewhere along the line, the guy tricked her into believing that he was broke, and she abandoned him. And first of all, what I love about this movie, well, at the end of the movie, I'm not going to narrate the whole movie to you. At the end of the movie, this guy, he breaks up with his fiance and he gets engaged to Dana, his house help, whom he tends to have feelings for towards the end. So first of all, what I love most about this movie was, first of all, the acting was good. I did enjoy the mom's acting. I did enjoy the house help, the cook, Sonia Uche, and her brother, I think, is Bryan Okoye. I think that's his real name. Yeah, his acting was top notch in this movie as well. I just loved how everyone was so dramatic. I mean, there were a lot of moments when I burst out laughing while watching this movie. There's this scene where the guy's mom, Victory, Michael's mom, was mad that her son's fiance changed the menu of the day and cooked a horrible okra soup. She got really mad. She almost got into a fist fight with her daughter-in-law to be, and her wig fell off. And the cook was like, "Madam, wig don't come out, wig don't come out." It was so funny. That scene was really funny. And then there's other scenes where this guy, the driver guy, he always made fun of the lady who played the fiance, his boss's fiance, because her figure was like, it really looked artificial. I don't know if they did that just for the movie, or in real life that's how her body looks, because her butt looks really, it really looks like BBL-ish, like a balloon, like when it's just too much. That's what she looked like, yeah. And so this guy, the driver guy, always made fun of her, like her backside like bolo bolo. It was really funny at times. Like, it was really, really funny, really entertaining. But what I loved most about this movie were the lessons to be learned. The key lessons to be learned is that you never know who has your back from sunrise, like from dawn to sunset. You never really know who has your back in every situation you find yourself in life, be it in the happy moments, be it in the sad moments. Those people who are with you through it all, those are the real people you should stick around. You should keep around you. Yeah. So I really love that the movie did portray that life is not always it's not always a bed of roses. That life gets difficult at times, and you should stick to the people you love during the toughest times. And also, this girl really pissed me off. Okay, the girl who played the fiance in the movie, she really, really did piss me off because, like, how do you claim to love a man and you don't respect his mom? Like, you don't need to love his mom, but the least you can do is respect her. Okay, because at the beginning of the movie, there's a point in the movie where the guy's mom narrates to the cook what actually happened. That when the girl first came into her son's life, well, the girl had met her son. They were in secondary school, I think, or university together, and then they broke up at the time because the guy wasn't wealthy. And then when the guy finally became wealthy, she came back into his life, and until then, the mom didn't have a problem with that. It was when she was really trying to have a friendly relationship with her daughter-in-law to be, and her daughter-in-law pushed her away and was saying horrible things about her, how she's an illiterate, how she can't talk well, how she's like of the lower class. I mean, that was just disgusting to hear. I mean, and as a lady, if you want to win a man's heart, like, respect. If you really do love your fiance, your husband, or whoever, your boyfriend, respect his family, respect the woman who gave him life, his mother. Yeah, yeah, because this movie, you can actually light up a kind of debate on between a mom and the wife. In a man's life, between his mom and his wife, who comes first? I feel like, as a wife, that's not a question you should be asking your husband, because if you should know, like, it doesn't. His mother gave him life. So certain men will say their wives come first, others will say their moms come first. I mean, that's debatable, but as a reasonable wife, that's a question you should never ask your husband, okay? Because his mother is his mother and you are his wife, okay? You don't compete where you don't compare, period. Yeah. So that's one thing. Anyway, it's a movie. Like I said, it's a movie, and I did love that at the end she moved out, yeah, and the guy ended up with an actual woman who did love him, yeah. So if I'm to grade this movie on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it an 8 on 10. I don't think I've ever given an 8 on 10 to any movie I've ever reviewed on my channel, but I will give this movie an 8 on 10. Will I be checking it out again? Probably, because it was really funny, it was entertaining. Aside from the pertinent lessons which were learned in this movie, it was actually entertaining. A story was told, like, yeah, it had depth, unlike the last movie I saw, which was not all that. This movie, on the other hand, I feel like there's more depth. There's more depth in this story, yeah. Though, like I said, YouTube movies always tend to have a very kind of low budget, so all of their scenes are kind of redundant. All of their not their scenes, their settings are kind of redundant, because 90% of the movie was shot in a house, in their house. Yeah, so they had scenes outside. I've said this about other YouTube movies before. But anyway, I understand that I'm working on the budget. And the house was quite a luxurious kind of house. So I'm guessing most of the budget went to renting the house or the movie and the vehicles and everything. But either way, a beautiful story was told in this movie. So yeah, I'll give it an 8 on 10. Yeah, will I be checking it out again? Probably. Yeah, so I'll recommend this movie to anyone, anytime, any day. So thank you for staying to Sir-Kenneth Talk Show. I hope to see you. I hope you did enjoy our review. What did you think about this movie? Have you seen it? Have you seen it already? What do you think? If not, please go check it out. It's really, really entertaining. See you next time for another amazing episode. Bye. Peace.